Thank you for coming by. This is an American Project. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I need your help. Thank you very much. President Trump is in the news again. The Federal Appeals Court rejects Trump's claim of absolute immunity. The ruling answered a question that an appeals court had never addressed before. Can a former president escape being held accountable by the criminal justice system for things they did while in office? Of course, you know, president can't be charged for anything is ridiculous, but I guess they're going to go ahead and ignore that. Let's see what they got to say. What kind of stuff they strummed up now. A federal appeals court on Tuesday rejected former President Donald J. Trump's claim that he was immune from prosecution on charges of plotting to subvert the results of the 2020 election, ruling that he must go to trial on a criminal indictment accusing him of seeking to overturn his loss to President Biden. The unanimous ruling by a 3-judge panel of U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia. Big surprise. Let me see. They handed Mr. Trump a significant defeat. Yeah, okay. So they had, 2 Democrats and 1 rhino in there. So that's about it for that. I'm going to take a look at the documents, though, to see what they got to say. Well, let's see here. This has got 50 pages, but we're going to look at some parts here and there. Today, we affirm the denial for the purpose of this criminal case. Former President Trump has become Citizen Trump with all the defenses of any other criminal defendant. But any executive immunity that may have protected him while he served as president no longer protects him against this prosecution. How convenient. So if you're a 12-year-old and you commit a crime and they wait till you're 20 to prosecute you, that's okay? I don't know about that. This seems kind of weird. Moving forward, we emphasize that whether the indictment's allegations are supported by evidence sufficient to sustain convictions must be determined at a later stage of the prosecution. Indictment charges that he and his co-conspirators allegedly advanced their goal through 5 primary means. Says first, used knowingly false claims of election fraud. Second, then President Trump and his co-conspirators organized fraudulent slates of electors in 7 targeted states. Third, then President Trump and his co-conspirators pressed officials at the Department of Justice. Fourth, then President Trump and his co-conspirators attempted to convince then Vice President Mike Pence to use his ceremonial role at the January 6th certification proceeding. So, looking at his options and asking people to execute them legally is what he was doing, but they're going to take it differently. What do you expect? Importantly, by the time the United States Senate conducted a trial on the article of impeachment, he had become former President Trump. This is what I'm talking about. If he was 12 years old and committed a crime, they're not going to wait till you're 20 to prosecute you. You're still considered a person who committed a crime as a child. That's the way it's supposed to be, not this garbage. At the close of the trial on February 13, 2021, 57 senators voted to convict him and 43 voted to acquit him. And that is because 2/3 of the Senate did not vote for conviction. He was acquitted on article of impeachment. So there you go. They're going to say that's not protecting him, and this is going to have to go upstream to the Supreme Court. Let's see what else they got to say. On December 1st, 2023, the District Court issued a written opinion denying the 2 motions that are based on presidential immunity and the 2 constitutional provisions. In relevant part, the District Court rejected Trump's claim of execution or executive immunity from criminal prosecution, holding that former presidents enjoy no special conditions under federal criminal liability. It concluded that the Constitution's text, structure, and history do not support the existence of such an immunity, and that it would betray the public interest to grant a former president a categorical exemption from criminal liability. Okay, well, we've had a lot of criminals in that office, and they never got charged with anything, so I don't know why he's new. This is just obvious. Nevertheless, we can exercise jurisdiction for two reasons. First, Midland asphalt is distinguishable and does not require immunity to derive from an explicit textual source. Second, the theories of immunity former President Trump asserts are sufficient to satisfy Midland asphalt under circuit precedent. All right, let's see here. Okay, the Midland Asphalt Court emphasized that criminal collateral orders that are based on right not to be tried must rest upon an explicit statutory or constitutional guarantee that trial will not occur. Signaling out the double jeopardy clause in the speech or debate clause. All right, he's already been tried, so trying him again would be double jeopardy, and they're trying to get around that. They're trying to figure out how to prosecute him, hopefully legally, but it doesn't look like they're doing a very good job. They're stumbling all over the place. All right, I'm going to go down a little bit here and take a look at some of this other material. Executive immunity. For all immunity doctrines, the burden is on the official claiming immunity to demonstrate his entitlement. Former President Trump claims absolute immunity from criminal prosecution for all official acts undertaken as president, a category he contends that includes all of the conduct alleged in the indictment. Former President Trump's claimed immunity would have us extend the framework for presidential civil immunity to criminal cases and decide for the first time that a former president is categorically immune from federal criminal prosecution for any act conceivably within the outer perimeter of his executive responsibility. All right. The cases following Marbury confirm that we may review the president's actions when he is bound by law, including by federal criminal statutes. So, reviewing whether a president broke the law. The panel says that while courts may not be able to review how a president exercised discretionary executive authority, they can review whether he violated federal criminal statutes that he is bound to obey. Well, they're not doing nothing about Biden now, are they? Okay, that gives you a pretty good idea what's going on. If you want to get more into it, you can Google the 50 documents and read the entire thing. But it's just more of the same. Just pay attention to the upcoming court dates. I'll be covering them, so you'll see what's going on and what the outcomes are. So there you have it. Thanks for coming by. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and have a great day. God bless.